We have something here, you know. My God. It appears that
hard to believe, especially when you look at
the Prime Minister's business gone international in a discussions. All that BBC News. Make we what going on, sir. This serious.
Detailed financial statements, way more thorough than your average tax return. And the Prime Minister, he has to disclose everything. Assets, debts, gifts, you name it. Anything of value for him, his wife, his kids. And we're not just talking Jamaican bank accounts, we're talking worldwide holdings. The whole shebang.
Okay, so what they find with Mr. Holness? Did he, forget where he stashed a couple $1 million?
It's a bit more complicated than that. The report flagged some big discrepancies in his declarations, specifically from back in 2021. He filed one version, then updated it, then added an addendum, and each time more bank accounts just kind of appeared. Like some first global bank accounts he initially forgot about.
Forgot? Who forgets they have a bank account, let alone multiple accounts with a lot of activity?
Right. Even the commission says it's hard to believe.
Embarrassing.
Especially when you look at the amounts involved. We're not talking about spare change here.
So how much are we talking about?
They dance around the exact figures for now, but they mention big transfers, enough to raise some eyebrows, for sure.
Okay, so we've got missing bank accounts, big transactions. Is that enough to launch a whole investigation? What's the Integrity Commission saying about all this?
They're being cautious, but you can tell something seems off to them. They say maybe, just maybe, he genuinely overlooked those accounts, especially since the activity wasn't huge. But CTT, and it's a big but, even if it was an honest mistake, it's still a breach of the Integrity Commission Act. That's their rule book. You can't just forget about assets when you're in his position.
It's kind of giving the dog ate my homework vibes, but with millions of dollars instead of algebra.
Exactly. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Remember those shell companies you mentioned earlier?
Oh yeah, the ones that sound like they belong in a spy movie.
Well, get ready for a plot twist, because this is where we start following the money, and it gets interesting. We've got Imperium Investments Holdings Limited, supposedly Mr. Holness's holding company, which isn't necessarily unusual on its own. But then there's Positive Media Solutions Limited and Estate Bridge Development Limited. And there are millions of dollars flowing between these three, and it's not adding up.
Okay, what kind of not adding up are we talking about?
So Mr. Holness claims Imperium, his holding company, funds positive media, which does production events, that sort of thing. Makes sense so far, right? But here's the catch. The report found that Positive Media actually put a whopping $51 million BSCK into Imperium.
Hold on. If Imperium is funding Positive Media, why is money going back the other way? That seems counterintuitive.
Right, and then there's Estate Bridge, the real estate company. They got a bunch of money from Imperium. But they're also making deals with government agencies, specifically the Housing Agency of Jamaica and the Urban Development Corporation.
Wait, so the company Mr. Holness indirectly owns through Imperium is doing business with government agencies that he, as Prime Minister, oversees.
You got it.
This is less spy thriller and more political drama now, and we're just getting started. Okay, so we've got potential conflicts of interest, millions of dollars flying between these companies with questionable connections to the Prime Minister. My head's spinning. But wait, there's more, right?
Oh, there's always more. Remember those nil tax returns we mentioned? Yeah, those are back to haunt us.
Nil tax returns? That doesn't exactly scream above board, does it?
Yeah.
Remind us what the issue is there.
So despite handling millions, both the State Bridge and Positive Media claim they made absolutely no money in 2021 and 2022. Zero. Zilch.
I'm no tax expert, but that's hard to believe.
Right. It's more than a little suspicious, especially given their industries. Real estate, media production, events, those usually generate revenue. The Integrity Commission calls it a significant concern, and they're not wrong.
It sounds like potential tax evasion.
Exactly. And get this, Green Emerald Trading Limited, the company that supposedly loaned Positive Media a bunch of money, they also filed nil tax returns.
Hold on, back up. Green Emerald, who are they and what loan are we talking about?
Another piece of this puzzle. According to the report, Green Emerald gave Positive Media over $20 million in loans between 2021 and 2022.
So much motherfucking company this bitch
how does a company with nil income loan out $20 million? And second, if Imperium is funding Positive Media, why are they taking out huge loans in the first place?
Those are the million-dollar questions. Unfortunately, the report doesn't have all the answers. That's why the Integrity Commission wants the Financial Investigations Division, the FID, to take a closer look. They think there's more to this story.
This is like a financial hall of mirrors. Every time you turn around, there's another reflection that doesn't quite make sense.
Tell me about it, and we're not done yet. Remember that whole thing about the $94,000 bond in Mr. Holness's initial declaration?
Don't I forget, that's what kicked off this whole deep dive into Jamaican high finance.
Well, turns out there's more to that bond than meets the eye. The Integrity Commission did some digging following the money trail, and it led them to Stocks and Securities Limited, NCB Capital Markets, and a company called AdMat Incorporated. Another one connected to Mr. Holness.
Wait, another company? Are we keeping track of all these deep divers if you're playing a drinking game at home? Just kidding, don't do that. You need a clear head for this. But seriously, tell me more about this bond mystery.
So the report initially suggested there were discrepancies in how Mr. Holness acquired the bond, where the money came from. Then Mr. Holness claims there was an error, the bond wasn't fully his, and that it had been cashed out anyway. But get this, NCBCM, the financial institution, contradicts part of that. They claim there was an initial error in the paperwork, but it was later corrected at Mr. Holness's request. And guess where the bond proceeds ended up? Imperium.
So, a bond initially reported as Mr. Holness's personal investment might have been bought with funds from a company linked to him, and then the money ended up in his holding company.
You got it.
That's some financial maneuvering.
And remember, this isn't just about one bond. It's about a pattern, a disregard for transparency, blurring the lines between personal and company finances.
It makes you wonder what else is hiding. So, with all this, did Mr. Holness actually acquire any of this wealth illegally?
That's the million-dollar question, and the report doesn't give us a definite answer. They say there are still some missing pieces.
Missing pieces like what?
Well, they couldn't get their hands on all of Mr. Holness's bank statements, particularly for his foreign accounts. And when they asked for a more detailed breakdown of his income and expenses, he basically said, what you see in the declarations is what you get.
He refused to give more detail. That's a bold strategy.
Right. Especially since those declarations are just a snapshot, not the whole picture. It's like trying to understand a movie from a couple of random frames.
So how can they figure out these unexplained millions without the full picture?
Exactly. And this is where it gets really interesting. Remember how we talked about all that money moving between those companies? Well, the Integrity Commission brought in independent forensic accountants to untangle it all. And what they found is something else.
Don't leave me hanging. What did the forensic guys find?
Well, the forensic guys, they had even more financial records than the commission, and they found a total of over $473 million in deposits across all the accounts they looked at.
$473 million.
Yeah.
That's almost $500 million.
It's a lot. And here's the kicker. They found a massive difference between what Imperium reported in their own WN books and what the bank records showed. Specifically, over $72 million was transferred from Positive Media to Imperium, but there's no record of it in Imperium's financial statements.
Wait, Positive Media put $72 million into Imperium and there's no paperwork. That's not great.
Right, and it makes you wonder about the accuracy of everything Mr. Holness has told the Integrity Commission.
So what happens now? What's the verdict?
Well, they admit they don't have all the answers, but they're not letting Mr. Holness off the hook. They're recommending the whole case goes to the FID for a full investigation.
So they're calling in the big guns.
Basically. And they're also going after those nil tax returns. They're recommending that the tax folks launch a separate investigation into those.
About time someone did.
The commission is basically saying that if those companies were making money, which it seems like they were, they should have reported it.
So we're talking potential tax fraud charges on top of everything else.
Potentially, yes. They leave it up to the tax authorities to get to the bottom of it.
This is like a legal thriller. But one thing I'm not clear on. We've talked about breaches of the Integrity Commission Act, potential tax fraud.
Yeah.
But what about illicit enrichment? Do they actually accuse Mr. Holness of that?
The big question. Not directly, but they get close. They say because of all the missing information, they couldn't do a complete analysis. But.
There's always a but.
Always.
Very interested. Andrew, you end up in prison. It's fair that you go to prison for this criminal activity.
Make a detailed financial statement.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vian Miller, I don't know, you know. Somebody send it to me. And it appears that a BBC or London put it up. Oh, London 45 put it up.
Darling, in real life, I don't think no one is as careless as the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness. He's careless, he's a coward, he's a conniver, he's a criminal, he's corrupt. Okay? If anyone careless, we're going to talk about him. You know how many companies Mr. Holness have? Mr. Holness is a billionaire and you come shaking it like an ass out here talking shit. Mr. Holness have 500 million USD dollars stash off in account. That is $500 million US dollars. And those monies are from the charity, the COVID money, all of the relief, hurricane relief, all these monies that Mr. Holness get from abroad to help the poor people of Jamaica. Mr. Holness bank those money. Okay? Mr. Holness have how many company? In Premium, Admat, Green Roll,
My God.
Estate Bridge, and that is just a few. Now, we have a prime minister who have companies out there that is working with the government. Like, this doesn't make sense. How can Mr. Holness have companies out there that doing business with the government? That is in control of
Conflict of
this
interest.
corrupt, dirty,
Of
thieving
course.
man, and you coming to defend him? Let me tell you something. Let me give you a little rundown, because my head not so good. Did you know that through one of Mr. Holness's company that called Admat, did you know that SSL was given to Darrell Vaz's daughter-in-law as a gift through Admat, which is one of Mr. Holness's company? So can you get it clear in your head that Mr. Holness give Darrell Vaz's daughter-in-law SSL as a gift through Admat? That's a company that belongs to Mr. Holness. You want to hear more about your criminal prime minister? All right. Positive Media. Mr. Holness don't declare any tax for it because he claimed it didn't make any money. But it make enough money to lend Bridge Estate or Estate Bridge $20 million.
Embarrassing.
And it not making any money to pay tax. But it making money, right, to lend to his son because his son own Estate Bridge.
All lies will.
Something not right, my wisdom warriors. Something is not right. Tell about them.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way know why they take it the wrong way.
Original, my lad. You're the shot now. I don't really want. You see, from a semi, I deal with that thing. When you're the pram push business. You see the youth were made a reason with on the network yesterday. Street vibes. Okay, okay, all right. When you finish, because I put on that street vibes. I do a thing little more. I would have like him interview your youth. The youth were just endorse. Okay, just clock on to it. All right, you know me what do. I try to get to Boom Boom or one of them youth and find out if I have a connection with him. But if you can't get a connection with him just the same, because you see me as a youth like this, so you see from see an individual that do a thing and then progressive, you know we endorse. Yeah man, we endorse and keep things in order. Anyway, all right, what continue your show, my lad, and more respect and manners to each and everyone on the platform. Yankee blessed out respectfully.
No. Positive Media not making any money. And money should be coming out of Positive Media to do things, but at the end, but it making money, right? But it make enough money to lend Bridge Estate or Estate Bridge $20 million.
So a company that is not making any money is making enough money for lend our next company $20 million. But the company not paying a tax because it's saying now make no money. People, a high level mathematics they right now. It's alright. You know what I say? The company makes zero amount of money. So you not have no taxes to pay because it register nil. But the same company when I have no money and don't make no money, lend one next company owned by the same person $20 million. Or you take $20 million for nothing. Or you subtract $20 million from zero.
And it not making any money to pay tax. But it
That
making money, right? To lend to his son, because his son own estate bridge. No.
Hey, let me tell you something. Uno can't afford to miss the live streaming on that platform. Because I tell you, say, sometime we go in at some place with it. Yeah, man, don't uno just join the WhatsApp group so you know about that miss no. Listen me, man. Just join the WhatsApp group. The number there across the screen. Seriously.
Positive media not making any money. And money should be coming out of positive media to do things, but at the end of the day, it's the other way around. $51 million out of taxpayers' money goes into positive media. That is another company of Mr. Olness. And remember what I just said a while ago. ADMAT, one of Mr. Olness's company, had given Darrell Vaz's daughter-in-law, SSL, as a gift through his company. So you see, if you want to talk about careless, go talk to your thieving Prime Minister. And then you can come talk to me. Talk to your Prime Minister who rip the Jamaican people down to nothing and take this money. Have Mr. Honest have business all over the world. And you all don't know, you all need to go sit down and watch some foreign news. FID going for him. Mr. Honest, bring down Jamaica. And dunce like you coming out here come defend Mr. Honest, but I careless. Who you think is the careless one? The one who opening up the eyes of the Jamaican people who don't know what's going on? Or the one who coming out to defend this high-tech criminal that we have called Prime Minister? You can't talk to me. You cannot talk to me. I know what's going on. When FID finished with Mr. Honest, the sudden integrity commission dig is sudden finding things. You don't have the slightest idea what is going on with Mr. Honest. Can you not see Mr. Honest went to court the other day and asked the judge to strike out section 14(5) that is responsible for illicit enrichment. Why would you do that? Because you know that you illicit enrich yourself. And you don't want the law to stick to that because you're going to prison. What Mr. Honest plan to do? Run away from Jamaica? This man have businesses and money all over the world. This man embarrassing. Have accounts. Let me see. His wish bank again. First Global. Right? Mr. Honest have account in First Global. I'm going to say forget about it. This criminal entity that we have called Prime Minister running Jamaica, and you're jumping, coming out here, come talking about careless, you die-hearted, low-life, worthless piece of shiz that don't have any sense, needle eye brain. Go learn something about your country and learn what the Prime Minister is doing to the people. This man have how many companies? He's a billionaire. Andrew Holness have $500 million US. 500 million USD dollars Andrew Holness have into an account, which is $500 million US. How much you have? Mr. Holness have bank account at First Global that he don't remember that he have. Claim that he don't remember that he have. Mr. Holness have all these companies. Imperium, Estate Bridge, Positive Media Solution, Green Roll, and ADMAT. Those are just a few. Okay? And this man sits down doing business with his own company out of poor people's pocket. How the hell Mr. Honest Company must do business with the government and he is in control of the government? Explain to to me you're coming over here with your garbage. Mr. Honest is going to hell on his face. And I don't know what the Jamaican people are waiting on. Why we're not going out there to protest and call this man out. We need to leave our job, leave everything, call him out. Let he resign. He need to step away from poor people's money. All this man intend to do is keep and suppress the poor. Look what he's doing to the taxi driver, and he's a billionaire. Mr. Olin put 1,000 Jamaican dollars on minimum wage workers pay. 1,000 Jamaican dollars, and look how much billions of dollars this man have, and still stealing billions more from the Jamaican people and trying to do everything not to call the election for September. So he's trying to go through every street and lane. He called election in COVID. He called election in COVID. Campaign in COVID.
Embarrassing.
He needs some milk. Going on, and he's afraid to call the election. Why is that? Go and find out from your illicit thief in Prime Minister. Our illicit thief in Prime Minister. Because whether I like it yes or no, it's my Prime Minister too. He's my Prime Minister too. Go and learn something. Know what's going on in your country. Stop being diated and stupid. Knowledge is power. Without knowledge, you're going to be an asshole forever. Mr. Onus is a con artist. He's supposed to declare his wife and children. They're supposed to declare everything that they have, and nothing cannot be declared. And he's going to talk about Positive Media ain't making any money to pay tax, but it's making enough money to lend Estate Bridge 20 million. And Positive Media should be a place where money coming out, and none is not there to come out, but instead money going in 51 million, money going in. Our company, he's lending one company to another company in his own businesses. And Jamaican people are here suffering. We don't have no house. We don't live any damn where. News for you, a lot of these houses belongs to Mr. Honest, his wife and son. You need to go know who own these businesses. Jamaica people are doomed. And we're a bunch of cowards. You're coming up here, talking about careless. You are one of the most careless individuals I've known. How can you come out here and defend this wicked, evil man? In that treating Jamaican people with an iron fist, sucking us dry. We don't get no bly. All they want to do is give foreign entities bly. You go and take your ID picture, your passport picture, and sign up, and in seconds, hours, you're an in-drive driver. You're Uber driver. And suffering the red plate taxi driver them out here. You can't get a red plate unless you have connections or links. All that run out and you all coming over here with your trash. Asshole. Darling.
Ball out! Whoa, we need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out. From Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody. Man or woman.
Why? Nah lie. That one they drape me up. There's not much I can say after that, you know, man. I mean,
nothing for the poor.
Million for the year, and now it moves to over 20 million.
What is this? Massive salary increase that will cost taxpayers over $1 billion. Members of Parliament. You know, I'm going to add on this to it. Because this lady, London 45, really do some serious work over TikTok. Don't look on this. This context matters.
Thing for the poor. 8 million for the year, and now it moves to over 20 million in year 1, over 22.7 million in year 2, and over 25.7 in year 3. For Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark, his salary was over $7.4 million for the year, plus the telephone allowance and housing of roughly $285,000. The new salary, over 19 million in year 1. Nothing for the poor. 8 million for the year.
Want so much money? My God.
This is one of the main reasons why Andrew Holness don't build a school. Because people like you can get to run behind him and talk shit. What you mean who he thief it from? You don't hear nobody bawling. We all are crying out. You don't see how he's elevating and the people are not elevating. You didn't see the football match that keep at the stadium and nobody buy anything, everybody crying out that nothing not selling. You didn't see all these Mr. Honest Christmas, them devastated, nothing not selling. Because poor people don't have any damn money. Because Mr. Honest take all the money for himself and then taxing people to death. You are one of the small brain, you have a needlehead brain.
My God.
You see why I don't build any schools? Because you want people like you.
My God.
How can he be so filthy rich? Where you get all these companies? Ask yourself as an individual.
And he never work a day in his life.
Prime Minister cannot declare his asset. Ask yourself why he can't do that. When he same one come out and say transparency and accountability.
Exactly.
And he's not doing that. Only thing we see him conspiring to things. And nothing is accountable for. They're all unaccountable for. You understand? You're coming out here talking. When you look at the long shit that you type. All this garbage.
Mama Africa, may I tell you?
Go and do something with your finger. Type something. Go to Island Insider. And know what's going on with your Prime Minister, because the FID is getting him. Financial fraud is getting him. Don't think he's gonna get away. Even though he's trying to block the investigation by not providing certain information. But let me tell you something. He cannot block it from financial fraud. You understand? Go and question yourself and ask yourself why we have a Prime Minister that's not doing tax return. You don't remember the entertainer them that didn't do the tax return. You don't see them cars was on record. And this man running the country with an iron fist like a gangster. Government badness, and you're coming up here commenting this under my shit. Boy, I'ma block you. People like you, I blocked. You hear me? People like you, I blocked because you're coming with garbage. With your hands full of shit.
My God.
Look at all the money Mr. Holness get to help Jamaica. And to help Jamaican people, and he pocketed it for himself. This man have 500 million USD dollars stock in an account. This man have 28 bank accounts, and guess what? We find more. And that's poor people's money. You listen, man. If you don't have anything to damn say, pass my videos. You better you come on my video and describe something about me. Because I don't block people for talking bad about me and talk down on me. I don't block people for that. But I block people that come in my comments with bullshit like this. And I'ma block you. You have all shit over your brains. Are you telling me shit up your wood, shit up your brains, shit up your finger? Shit, man. This is one of the main reasons why Andrew Holness don't build a school.
My
Because
God.
people like you, we can get...
This girl's a comedian, man. But she's dropping some mad gems, though. London 45, big up yourself. The views and opinions of London 5 is not necessarily that of my own. However, you know, where the truth lies in her statement, we stand with the truth. Yes? Woo! Boy, I tell you, let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section, man. Damn, even BBC out here covering Andrew on the statutory declaration? Oh, you know it's only a matter of time, right? It's only a matter of time, ladies and gentlemen. Only a matter of time. God is the hand of the Lord is moving at the right pace. You know, God don't govern by man time, no. So we just have to be patient, stay safe, and yeah, watch it all unfold. Or for the people that want to be advocates and really put their foot to the metal, we need to have some peaceful island-wide protests about the many things that are happening. Yes, Andrew on the statutory declaration is at the top of the list. The women and the children that have been attacked, that have been unalived, that is at the top of the list. The police brutality is at the top of the list. Cost of living being way too high is at the top of the list. Electricity, top of the list. Food, top of the list. Listen to me. Healthcare, or the lack thereof, top of the list. Corruption within the Jamaica Labour Party government, top of the list. There's so much things that we should have a protest for like 3 weeks straight. Just camp out on a protest. 3 weeks straight. Camp out on a protest. Can you imagine, you know? Let me just say this before I end this reaction. For the person that are watching now live and for the person that watch this to the end. This is why you should watch my videos all the way to the end. I'm going to say this. All the nurses that came out and you guys stood in solidarity with the young lady that was abused by the monster bell, right? I want you to think about taking it a step further so you guys can understand the power that you wield. And this doesn't goes out to just the nurses alone. I want the workforce, if 70% of the workforce, 70% of the people in Jamaica decide that, listen, we are not going to work. I don't think y'all hear me though. If 70, remember say we did this in COVID, you know. Remember so we get locked down, no movement, couldn't work, and we find one way. We all found a way. Right? I want you guys to think about it. Imagine the 70% of Jamaica not going to work. Right? Not going to none of the supermarket them and none of them places to go purchase nothing. Living off the land for 2 weeks. Cause we are it's about the tax. It's about no taxes, you know. It's about the government not collecting no taxes. Think about doing that for a month. I don't know. I'm just thinking about ways that is legal for you to affect real change in Jamaica. Imagine if the nurse them decides to them now work until that brother they got prison. Imagine if all of the nurse them in Jamaica stop work. One day the nurse them stop work. May I tell you so that the court case have go speed it up. You can imagine that? Imagine if all of the nurse them in Jamaica stop work for 1 day. If you make sure say brother was stepping in a nurse head, go to prison and get prosecuted expeditiously. Quick court case and investigation. Imagine if a nurse then say we now work till a case they done. The whole thing shut down. You know? The people have the power. People, unity is strength. Yankee Bless call me regular and talk about it. People them down here need to unite. And I really think him and talk and then him alone say it to me. Jerry Shadler, big up. The people them need to unite, brethren. What are we accepting in our society? Uno accept too much, man. Uno desensitized by killings. Right? No uproar. I don't see enough uproar in the society visibly about the young lady from and I'm gonna talk about that in my next live. The children them will get abused. I don't see enough uproar. One time in Jamaica, and I'm not condoning violence, but I'm just trying to show you the difference. One time in Jamaica, if a man did try that, he must run from the community. And any community you run go, he must go run from this too. Because word I go around, and may I tell you, anybody catch him in any community, it won't be pretty. One time if a boy touch a little picnic, same thing. If you touch a woman, same thing. No abuser was safe in our society. They were not comfortable. You understand what I say? There wasn't any going to prison and coming back for them. If they go to prison, they won't want to come back. Because everybody know them in our community and you know it go. You know it go. A man just wait for you to come out of prison. But you're standing there. When you go to prison, you're going to meet up in a man them in a prison. You might not make it out of prison either. This is how our society used to be. Heavily protective of our women. No, again, I'm not condoning violence. I'm saying we have moved way too far away from that. You understand what I say? There needs to be this knowledge, this healthy sense of fear of touching a little girl or touching a woman or touching an elder. There need to be that healthy sense of fear. You understand? We know so we can't invoke the fear of God in nobody because only God alone can do that. Right? But we need a healthy sense of fear in those areas. The man them too comfortable, brother, abuse the people them, brother. You understand what I say? Yeah, some people used to take one for your team. If you know what I mean. They no business. Anything or anything. Lock me up, I don't care. But that brother I'm going to teach him a lesson. You understand what I say? Hey, man, I tell you, say, sometimes things worse than death, you know. Yeah, some things are worse than death, you know. In case you don't know, you know. You see, punishment and torture, it's not a normal thing. It's not a normal thing, people. Yeah, you know, the society, man used to know. Alright. You have societies out there where I want to make me know what you think in the comment section about that. I'm going to continue.